Can a parent be ordered to pay child support and still not be able to see their kid? Hey, this is Attorney Drew Page. Welcome to the Drew Page channel. In this video, we're going to talk about what happened with Tom Cruise's case and his order to pay support, and how that can answer the question about other folks who ask, am I responsible for paying child support even if I don't get to see my kid? If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell. Well, news broke last week that Tom Cruise's daughter, Suri, is now getting to the age where she is filing applications for college. And so, of course, all of the Hollywood news outlets began to pick up on this and were reminded of the divorce between Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. Now, they entered into a agreed divorce for irreconcilable differences, and they settled all of the issues. And the news story indicated that Tom Cruise was ordered to pay $400,000 per month until their daughter reached the age of 18. Now, this was an agreement. It's not clear whether that was based on any type of guideline support amount where incomes are put in, and different expenses like child care, health insurance, and all those other things are included in the guideline, and then the number comes out. It could very well be a completely different agreement. It also said that he had agreed to pay the child's college, which will be the subject of a later video as well. But regardless, he pays $400,000 per month until the child reaches 18. And yet the news story also says that he has not been able to see his child at all since that hearing in 2013. He's been estranged for over a decade, or about a decade. And so it brought to mind several potential calls that I've gotten from potential clients where they've been saying, look, the courts ordered me to have to pay support, but my child's mother is not letting me be able to see the child. Do I still have to pay child support? And the answer is yes. Those are two completely distinct issues. You can be ordered to pay child support and never be able to see your child. There are two ways that you would not have to pay support. Well, really three. Number one, if the other party agreed to vacate the order. The second way would be is if your rights were terminated. And the third way is if you were to take a paternity test and it was determined that you were not the father. So if any of those things occurred, then you would not have a responsibility to pay support. But the fact that you're not being able to see your child is not a basis for not having to pay support. Tom Cruise still has to pay $400,000 a month until the child reaches 18, because the fact that he doesn't get to see the child and all of the issues surrounding his Scientology religion and Katie Holmes' disagreement with that, of course he denies that it's related to that, and it doesn't really matter. The bottom line is that he doesn't get to see his child and hasn't been able to see his child, and is essentially cut her off, and is no longer involved in her life, and she's no longer involved in his life. But the bottom line is that he still has to pay support. Now, for those watching on here who may be wondering, well, how is that fair if I don't get to see my child if the mom decides to just cut off visitation? Well, let's say that you have visitation, but mom is not providing the child for visitation. There are other ways for you to ensure your rights for visitation, such as filing a show cause to hold her in contempt of the court order granting you visitation. If for some reason she is violating that order and the court finds her in contempt, they could jail her or fine her, or if the father is being is holding on to the child longer than he's supposed to in the visitation order, mom can file a show cause for his failure to return the child at the appropriate time. And so those are the mechanisms for enforcing your rights for visitation. But they are completely separate from support. So yes, you could be ordered to pay support and still never get to see your child, because it is completely unrelated. So it may not be the news that people want to hear, but the facts are what they are. And just because Tom Cruise is not able to have a relationship with his daughter does not absolve him of having to pay the child support that is due per the agreement. Now, there are also ways of amending support. If one of the two parties' income has significantly changed and there's a material change in circumstance, or there's some medical thing that's popped up involving the child that's caused the expenses to be incredibly high, or whatever, one could file a motion to amend the child support. Typically, where spousal support, unless you have specific language in there, does not get amended unless it's a permanent award. But that's, again, a whole nother video. Child support can be amended at any time, subject to some laws out there that I'm not aware of. Particularly in my state of Virginia, you can amend child support at any time upon a showing of material change in circumstance. I'm sure most states are like that. But if you get laid off and it's no fault of your own, your income's lower, then you can file a motion to amend the support to reduce the support. If the child's if the other parent, you find out, has gotten a significant raise or changed jobs, that could be a material change of circumstance, and you could potentially get your support reduced there. So regardless, make sure that you have an attorney. Whether it's me or if you need help finding an attorney, let me know. We can certainly help you find someone in your area that can help you, and you can see all of the information down below. But make sure that you have an attorney so you don't go into court and get trampled on and not be prepared, and then you get stuck with a very bad outcome. Now, for a guy who's making hundreds of millions of dollars, he's got the highest grossing movie with Maverick of the last year. He's probably not hurting paying $400,000 a month, but I'm sure that seeing that check pass through every month and not being able to see your child, whether one admits it or not, can't be a satisfying feeling. So anyway, yes, you can still be required to pay support even if you don't get to see your child for 10 years. Hope you found this video helpful. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, stay tuned.